Today in Nunzia Creative Artistry, I'm going to make a resin top for this outdoor coffee table. Now there is a story here. My husband picked it up and the glass top fell and smashed to pieces. He redeemed himself by making me this steel tray which I'm going to apply resin to and see what we can come up with to revive this coffee table. The first thing I need to do is level it. Artists are sometimes confused about resin being self-leveling. The thing to note is that it won't end up level if the mould isn't on a level surface to begin with. Think of it like honey spreading smoothly over your toast. Resin self-levels because gravity helps it to flow into the low spots to create an even finish. For this project, I've decided to make use of a combination of leftover resin. Now there's no guarantees it will work, and if you want to try this, make sure you use resin of the same ratio. That is like 1:1 or 2:1. I'm using 1:1, which is thicker and a higher viscosity. But hey, experimenting is fun and we learn from every risk we take. Don't be afraid to try. You might surprise yourself, just as I do all the time. Here I have some little coloured rocks that I purchased from the discount shop. They only cost $3.95, so not a lot to lose if it doesn't work. I'll start by just scattering them in place. I've mixed up my resin, and as you can see it's quite thick. I only had 380 grams, 200 grams of part A and 180 grams of part B. It doesn't look like enough, so I may have to make more using my standard resin. I'm now pouring it equally between 3 jars. I'm going to use 3 different coloured pigments in greens. I have silver green, pale green and green macaroon. I'm now placing a little bit in each of my jars and blending it really well into the resin, making sure it's evenly mixed. I haven't used my little sieve for a while. As it's a fun experimental day today, let's try it. The mixture's rather thick and not creating an effect as well as I hoped. Let's see how well we can spread the resin. I've decided to add these little coloured pebbles as it was looking a bit drab. These will brighten it up. You can see the resin didn't reach the edges, so I'm mixing more resin and we'll add some darker colour to the edges to help define the piece. When creating, it pays to stand back and look at it and try and imagine what might improve it. To me, this needs some darker pigments. Let's see what we can do. I'm using a coffee metallic pigment, and I'll also add some black. Not too much, as it might overpower it. I'll also use an alcohol ink, coffee pearl. I'll just put a little bit over here in the corner and see, still a little bit light I think. I'll try just a little bit more of the black and perhaps a little bit more of the coffee as well. That looks a lot better. More the colour I was after. What do you think of this browny black around the edges? Do you like it? Now I'm pouring another layer of resin. I'm hoping it will cover the stones without spilling over the edges. And using my Resiner's heat gun, which is quite gentle, to blow out the bubbles. And I'm thinking of adding this alcohol ink, orange yellow, just to give it a bit of a lift. Again, we're experimenting today and it's just for fun. Let's see what we end up with. And also adding some of my coffee pearl, because I'd like to just get rid of some of that really bright green in the middle there. I want it to merge and blend and look like a little bit of a pool. And now I'm going to splash it with some of my coffee alcohol ink over the top. Let's see what happens. I'm liking it. What do you think? Would you have done that or just left it? And for an extra effect, spraying some isopropyl alcohol on top of it. So here's the finished result. What do you think? What's the verdict? And if you enjoyed this video, watch what happens when diamond art and resin meet. See you next time.